Heyo everyone, this is a HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another Let's Play for Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So, anyway, I got a support log going on for Manuela.
Yeah, figures. Kind of saw it coming, actually. That's why I came back to my room and went to bed. To get over it.
So she must have knocked a few drinks.
Thank you for checking in on me. Was that all you wanted? Well then, good night.
Alright, sleep well. I'm all sweaty. Like, yeah. Okay. Getting somewhere with Manuela. There's more support logs to be had.
Hey there.
Okay, yeah, now's a good time for Mercedes to talk with me.
Good evening, Professor. Returning from work, I take it?
That's right.
I commend you for working so late into the evening. All of my days at the Academy are enriching thanks to you. Try not to overtax yourself, alright? I'm concerned for your health. We wouldn't want you to wear yourself out. The goddess won't smite you if you rely on others for help, you know.
Even so.
Listen here, Professor. You might not like what I'm about to say. To be perfectly honest, I had my doubts when I first met you.
That's surprising. Why is that?
At first, I thought you seemed too young to be a professor. It is unusual, you have to admit. Yet you seemed very composed and mature despite your age. You're strong-willed, encouraging, and you go to great lengths to ensure that everyone is cared for. But it almost feels like you're trying too hard to be a perfect role model for your students.
I'm not trying too hard. It comes with the territory.
If that's how you feel, then I can't disagree. But I think it's necessary to give yourself a break every now and again. The mind has a tendency to make mistakes when you've exhausted yourself. In my case, I still seem to make mistakes even when I'm wide awake.
Mistakes? Like what?
Oh, you know. I'm always mixing up the dates for drills or misplacing things. Just the other day, I forgot to put on my uniform and headed out to practice wearing only my... well, you can imagine how embarrassed I was. My mind can be so scattered sometimes. Anyway, where was I? Ah, that's right. What I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you do, you might end up in a pretty bad place. That reminds me, is there anything I can do to assist you, Professor? If it's all right with you, I'd like to help in any way I can.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Whatever you need, just say the word. I look forward to helping you out.
Just focus, will you? Yeah, I might as well be running there.
What the?
Yeah, this game could really use a... That's not where I wanted to go, but oh well. Again, I might as well be walking the gate. If the navigation's all fucked up. Are you kidding me? So I confused myself by going the wrong way. There we go.
Professor.
Yeah, now's a good time to talk with Seth.
Ah, there you are. I apologize for calling you in so suddenly. Please, sit. There is a matter I would like to discuss with you. I believe I've told you this before, but it is my responsibility to aid the Archbishop in all her duties.
What are these duties?
Spiritual instruction, ceremony oversight, donation management, all of the Church's many administrative tasks. I oversee not only the priesthood, but also the Knights of Seros and the Officers' Academy. The Archbishop entrusts a great deal to my discretion, and I am honored by her confidence. Even when she must make decisions herself, she often seeks my counsel in advance. And yet, your appointment to a teaching position at the Officers' Academy was a complete surprise to me. Not only that, but you have also been entrusted with the Sword of the Creator. I was as surprised as anyone else to learn that. Frankly, I am just not sure how to handle you. I am the Archbishop's right hand, and yet when it comes to you, I have been told almost nothing.
You don't trust me?
Not quite. I do find you to be a trustworthy individual, but my subjective opinion is not enough. I have a duty to be cautious. Should the Archbishop's trust in you prove to be misplaced, it is the faithful who will suffer most. First, I would like to know just how much you know about yourself. You are the child of Gerald Eisman, correct?
That's what I hear.
That's quite a vague reply for such a basic question. In the future, I would advise you to answer such queries with confidence. As the former captain of the Knights of Seros, Gerald was renowned throughout Fodlan. If you really are his child, then no one would voice any complaint about you joining the Knights. How long has it been since you became a mercenary?
About 10 years, I think.
Given your youth, that hardly seems likely. Come to think of it, I have never asked your age. Just how old are you exactly?
Well,
Your face says it all. You truly don't know, do you? Just what was Gerald thinking, raising you this way? Given your responses thus far, I feel as though any further questions would just be a waste of our time. However, permit me to make one thing clear. Whatever her reasons, the Archbishop has placed great faith in you. Do not betray that trust. That is all.
alright, I'm not gonna complain about Seth's attitude yet. He's a guy with a lot of big responsibility, so he has to be cautious about who to trust. You know the saying, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer.
Professor.
Alright, Hanneman, what you got for me?
Ah, Professor. Always a pleasure to see you. I wonder, might you have a moment to chat?
Why,
Come now. You have no need to be on guard. I'd never cause you harm. You're far too valuable a specimen, well, that is to say, too valuable a member of the Academy staff. Indeed, the further my crest as research progresses, the closer you come to learning the truth of your heritage. Is it not so? When I learned you bore the lost crest, the very crest of flames itself, I set about learning everything I could about your past. What was the origin of your bloodline? How have the events of your life been shaped by your lineage? I became somewhat obsessed, I must admit.
You investigate me? My past is my business.
Nothing so crass as an investigation. No, I researched. I spoke to mercenaries whom you worked with in the past to learn about your life before the academy. Of course, I also contacted your father's old mercenary crew. Quite an interesting lot they are. It was difficult work, since I could not speak with Gerald himself. I am quite sorry for your loss. By all accounts, your father was a good man. I'm excited to share with you what I learned, but I do ask that you correct me if I am mistaken on any account. The story begins with Gerald serving as captain of the Knights of Ceros. There was a woman at the monastery with whom Gerald was quite close. At first, it seemed obvious this mischief woman was your mother. Alas, that cannot be the case. The timing is all wrong. As it was told to me, the woman in question passed away shortly before Gerald left the monastery. Yet your birth occurred sometime later, while Gerald was taking work as a mercenary. This, of course, presumes your age is accurately reported. If you were born sooner, well, the story would be quite different, would it not?
My father was always one for secrets.
Oh, I am aware. You two are certainly enigmatic as far as mercenaries go. For example, Gerald never once spoke of his time serving as captain of the Knights. That's quite a secret to keep for all those years. In the end, your old acquaintances had little definitive to say about either of you. However, they all agreed on one thing. Your father and yourself were a strong pair. Warriors to be respected and feared. You in particular. In fact, many came to know you as the Ashen Demon. They say you would destroy your enemies without a hint of emotion on your face. The mercenaries I spoke to revered you as a living legend of sorts. So, that is what I learned. And I admit, it is barely more than I knew before. The next step in my research is to ask your blood for answers, and hope that it is more forthcoming than your past acquaintances.
Okay, so there's one more support log up.
Hey, Professor.
Yeah, now's a good time to talk with Leonie.
Hey, Professor. Got a minute? Look, I'm sorry I snapped at you. I didn't mean to lose my temper. I was rude to you. I should have known better.
It's alright.
Huh, I thought you might say that. And that way, you're just like Captain Gerald. You accept other people. You don't let petty details get under your skin.
How do you know my father?
Well, when I was a kid, I kind of latched onto him. I've been calling myself his apprentice ever since. He spent some time in the village I grew up in. Actually, you weren't with him back then. Why not?
I don't remember.
Huh. Maybe he left you with a relative or something. Anyway, back then, Gerald's job was to deal with poachers. Well, they were bandits, but we called them poachers. Nobody in the village could stand up to them. But your dad, he took them on like it was nothing. I was so impressed. All I could think was how amazing mercenaries were. I'd lived in that village my whole life, so to me, Captain Gerald was nothing short of a legend. So I went right up to him and I told him I was going to be his apprentice. He didn't stick around long after that, but he did teach me a lot while he was with us. Tactics, strategy, training routines, it was all so new and exciting. So after he left, I kept at it, kept training, just like he taught me.
I'm glad you got to see him again.
Me too. I always planned to meet him again once I became a top-tier mercenary. But I'm just glad I got to see him, to thank him properly and all. I've spent my whole life working to become a great mercenary like your father. There were so many times when I wanted to ask his advice, but I couldn't. I just had to make do. That's how I made it this far. Just hard work, all on my own. But then you come along, and it's like you don't appreciate Captain Gerald at all, or how lucky you were to have him around your whole life. No, it still really bothers me. You might be his kid, but I'm still his best apprentice. Got it?
Whatever. That kind of reminds me of that fluffy joke, Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah, he was telling about how his friends were, Frankie, his son, he was talking about how Frankie's friends are, who are about to be adults, are saying, "Oh man, you're lucky. Your dad's gonna put you through school. My dad wants me to get a job." Like, they're all telling him, like, he's like, he makes Floppy makes big money, and Frankie's just a spoiled brat, like, so, yeah, his friends is straight out trying to tell him in a nutshell, it's like, he doesn't know how lucky he has it. And in the next stand-up special, one show fits all. Okay, he's talking about how he's not about how at the time of the stand-up he's 19 and he doesn't leave the house. He's like, does he like it when you talk about him in his stand-up? No. Why do you do it? Because he won't leave. I haven't seen Alois in a while. Dining Hall, Officers Academy. Yeah, I'm trying to find some people whom I could train with. Maybe Alois is just on the outskirts of the fishing pond or something like that. Nope. Actually, I'm hoping to talk to Shamir. Oh, Shamir's not in today. Well, that's kind of lame. Now that I think about it, now that I think about it, a lot of the knights are on the manhunt for the bitch that killed Gerald and Solinus. Yeah, hunt the dastards. Thanks for watching. Until next time, to be continued, baby.